What up YouTube? I am back this time with some footage from All Out War. As a general introduction, you can march all over the map, kind of like you can in Siege of Winterfell. So you can change your target, choose which person or building you want to attack, all this kind of thing. You have your 3 marches that each have their own commanders like in Siege of Winterfell. There's also the vehicle that you can add, which gives different abilities like being able to rally or being able to heal allies. And they've added a whole bunch of new stuff as well, like really useful hotkeys and these specialised armies that you can choose if you only send one troop type, and then they've got various bonuses and debuffs. So that adds a new layer of strategy to designing your marches. Do you send one type? Do you choose to get these bonuses? Because they all come with debuffs as well. So there's decisions to be made there. Now before you can attack any cities, you have to take villages that are adjacent to them. To do so, you just click on the village, press A on your keyboard, or click on the declare war button, and then capturing works just like in Siege of Winterfell, where the more people are in the circle, the faster it goes. I've sped this up to 6 times here, so it is usually significantly slower than this if you're trying to do it by yourself, so definitely want to bring some friends. And naturally, if this was an enemy city, then they'd be here trying to contest you, so you'd all be fighting for it, and it would capture even slower. So there's a lot of fighting to go on with this. Then once you've finished capturing it, you have to repair the village before it counts as adjacency for you to be able to attack cities. So you just send your marches there, each will give 10 repair points per tick. Then you can declare war on any cities that are adjacent to the villages you now control. If you're attacking a NPC city, the war declaration should be 5 minutes, whereas if it's a player city, the war declaration will take an hour. It'll take 10 hours. It's taking an hour for us in this testing version just to speed things up. But in the live version, it should be 10 hours. So you've got plenty of time to prepare, just like in Glorious Battle. Now, before you can actually march into the city, you've got to destroy the city gate. And obviously, if this is a player city, there'd be a bunch of armies standing around attacking you at the same time. So you'll be taking a lot of damage here. The buildings themselves can also attack you, but I'm using bows with these 2 armies, and they have the specialisation turned on, so they've got 300% range, which lets them attack from outside the building's range. Then, once you destroy the gate, you can march into the city. The cities are filled with a bunch of different buildings depending on the type of city it is. For example, if it's a military city, there will be a barracks, which can let enemies continue to deploy troops from there mid-battle. But this is an NPC city and it's not a military city, so the most important building here is the municipal centre. They've all got this, and this is how you actually capture the city itself. There's a bunch of arrow towers spread out around the outside that will attack you, but you can either destroy them or you can choose to focus on the municipal centre first. After you get rid of all of its health, you'll have to march on in to capture it the same way you would with the buildings in Siege of Winterfell or with the villages and stuff like that. And again, just like with the gates, I'm able to attack it from out of range here, so it's not actually able to kill me. You see that once you take its health down, you can then just march on in and capture it. I'll speed this up as well, because again, with just the 5 armies here, it's quite a slow process. My 6th army's off capturing villages elsewhere. After this, we're going to attack a player city, so you can see some actual PvP combat. So before the attack has even begun, you're able to have little skirmishes like this. They can freely march out of the city to attack us if they want, but we can't get in there because we've not destroyed the gates yet, and we can't destroy the gates yet because the attack hasn't officially begun. But if you've got your bows with their long range, then you can still attack into the city. And I suspect if you're playing this with like a full faction full of multiple alliances, it would also be feasible to completely blockade the city and surround it so they can't get in to defend it without attacking you first. Obviously, if it's a military city, then they can deploy from within there if they have enough resources, because that functions basically like fortresses do in Glorious Battle, where you have to send resources to the city to be able to deploy troops from it. But as you can see here, we tear the gate down pretty quickly, and some of us choose to attack them, while others go to destroy the archer towers. But they don't put up too much of a fight here. I think a few of them were AFK, and our alliance is full of accounts that were created specifically for this event, whereas theirs aren't, so we are generally stronger. But I'm sure you can imagine how chaotic this would be with, you know, multiple alliances full of 100 accounts each all trying to fight for this city. Now once we've finished killing them, we'll choose to attack the municipal centre, and it works just like taking NPC cities. You destroy it first, and then the occupation bar will show up, And if they still had armies here, they'd be slowing down the occupation, obviously. And if they had more armies here, then they would actually reverse it, just like in Glorious Battle. But yeah, you can see it goes up fairly quickly. This is on 1 time speed, so it goes up fairly quickly when you've got this many armies here. And that is basically it for combat. I'll be back later to show you how some of the other mechanics work, how you can help out if you don't feel like you're strong enough to fight. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.